Simple statement. There's no and or negation or if then. It's just a simple statement. As opposed to the next problem is a compound statement. It's two simple statements connected with an and. Bobby joined the army and he got married. And statements are compound statements that are sometimes referred to as a conjunction. Problem 15 says it is false that Jeffrey is a high school teacher and a grade school teacher. So there's an and. Excuse me, there's an and it's a compound statement, but there's also a negation. So it's both. It's a combination of the two. So it's compound. And an and statement and a negation. And the symbol for the negation is this, and the symbol for and is this. In problem 19, we're asked for the negation, the opposite of some turtles do not have claws. And the big mistake is to say that the opposite of this, the negation of this, is some turtles do have claws. It's not quite the same statement, but it is certainly not the opposite statement. The opposite statement, the opposite idea of some turtles do not have claws, is that all turtles have claws. This is kind of what needs to happen for this to be false. For it to be false that some turtles do not have claws, then you have to have the situation all turtles have claws, and then this would be false because none of them do. So this is the negation of this statement, and that takes a little getting used to and perhaps just memorization. 27, problem 27, we're supposed to write down notation for a panther does not have a long tail. That would be the negation of P, so that's the answer for problem 27. 28, a panther has a long tail and a bobcat can purr. So P and Q, it's compound conjunction. A bobcat cannot purr, that would be not Q, or a panther does not have a long tail, that's the negation of P. So we have a compound disjunction and or statement of the two negations of Q and P. If a panther does not have a long tail, so if the negation of P, then a bobcat cannot purr. So if a negation of P, that implies or then a negation of Q. A bobcat cannot purr, that's the negation of Q, but a panther has a long tail, that's P. The question is, what does the word but mean? And we only have a conjunction or a disjunction to look at, and I'm going to say that it's more like an and statement. So I think and goes here, but it's a close call either way. 39 asks us for the negation of Q in words, and the negation of Q in words is that Bree does not have a MacBook. 41 asks us for P and Q in words, so Joe has an iPad and Bree has a MacBook. We want the negation of P implies Q in words, so if Joe does not have an iPad, then Bree has a MacBook. Problem 47 wants us to negate P and Q. So I wrote, it is not true that Joe has an iPad and that Bree has a MacBook. So 51 starts out, the temperature is 90 degrees and the air conditioner is working. So that's P and Q. Then it goes on to say, comma, or the apartment is hot. So or the apartment is hot, that's or are. Because of the comma, I kind of think it's implied that the P and Q really are fixed together. So I think this is the best answer. Problem 52, if the temperature is 90. So that's if P. Then the air conditioner is working or the apartment is not hot. The air conditioner is working, that's Q. Or the apartment is not hot, that's not R. So if P, then this OR statement. I think the OR, the compound statements in the OR need to be in parentheses here.